Joe Recruiter, I'm back at it again. Thanks so much for subscribing. Thanks so much for the likes on the YouTube. Thanks so much for actually referring people to me. I've had a number of different referrals in the last couple of weeks. It's been my honor to serve and help people with their resumes and their MBTI assessments. Introverts Survival Guide to the Workplace. As an introvert myself, I have realized that we tend to operate a little bit differently and come across a number of different conflict areas within the work environment. There is some debate actually to what is the difference or what is the percent breakdown between extroverts and introverts. In society, it looks like it's about 49.5 to 50.5 across the world, but in the corporate environment, especially more of a sales or in a large enterprise, you're going to get a much larger gap where you're going to have more extroverts and a lot less introverts. And I'm trying to help you with this video, explain some of the things that I've seen extroverts do that annoy introverts, and then introverts responding incorrectly to what they perceive is someone trying to annoy them on purpose. So some of the things that you'll see, number one, from an extrovert is talking incessantly about anything. Usually the topic is what they did last weekend and what they're going to do this weekend. That's kind of an early morning, hey, how was your weekend? Hey, here's what I'm going to do this weekend. Inane chatter is one. Stopping by your desk, or flybys as they call it, when they can tell that you're hard, when you look like you're hard at work, to talk about whatever, not work related. That could be an issue. Always needing to talk about their ideas out loud. Brainstorming out loud is another thing that in a cubicle setting or a tight-knit environment will drive introverts crazy. Now, the thing to understand about extroverts, and this is all coming from Carl Jung and Isabel Myers and the Myers-Briggs type assessment, is that extroverts aren't purposely trying to annoy you. That is not their goal. When introverts have ideas, they let it stew in their head and they're quiet. When extroverts have ideas and they can't quite figure out a plan of action, they will talk about it. They will talk about it with everyone. They will bounce it off everyone's wall. They'll just be like, what's going on? Tell me what to do. I need to hear myself talk. I need to hear you give me an answer back, and then I'll come to a conclusion. For us as introverts, that is the most annoying and kind of inefficient way to, and kind of selfish. Like, we don't need to hear what's going on in your brain right now. So that's one thing that annoys introverts. Now, introverts have, there are a couple of things. There's three things that I think you should do as an introvert to survive the workplace or survive an environment where you might feel claustrophobic. One thing is you have to schedule literally in your calendar at least 2 15-minute sessions where you do a couple things. Read a book, listen to a podcast, listen to music, do something that allows you to be quiet, away from other people, and let you mull things over in your head. Because a lot of times you'll have a meeting, or you'll have a project you're working on with extroverts, and they'll tend to dominate the conversation, and they'll take introverts' silence as compliance or complacency or yes. Any questions, anyone? Okay, no. They'll think that you've agreed, where you need some of that alone time, like I mentioned, to figure it out yourself, figure it out through your own internal brainstorming process rather than just spewing ideas, which is how extroverts deal with things. The other thing you can do is you have to reframe your belief that extroverts are trying to annoy you. Otto Kruger and Associates, or the guys that wrote Type Talk, say that this is the hardest and longest process, is to reframe your mind around how to deal with extroverts and what they're actually doing when you think that they're purposely annoying. You like to sit quietly, that's how you brainstorm. They like to talk out loud, that's how they brainstorm. They're not stupid or they're not dumb. They just have a different way of approaching a problem. So the reframing of your mindset is going to be pivotal to overcoming any problem with communication with extroverts. The last one, honestly, fake it. Fake it till you make it. You have to develop your extroversion to be a wholly well-rounded person. So take some of the notes from the extroverts around you. What do they do? How do they engage people? And just kind of fake it. Ask the question, hey, what'd you do this weekend? Where are you taking the kids? Yeah, great. Oh, wow, yeah. So great. Tell me again. Like, you have to do that enough times where you don't feel uncomfortable approaching the extroverted situation. And this will allow you to win more and be less internal, have less internal conflict when dealing with a close-knit environment. I am going to try to do more survival guides for the introvert and probably do some videos for extroverts because they probably have problems with introverts. Like, why do I never get an answer out of this guy? Or why are their emails so short? Or why can't they just tell me? These are problems that the extrovert, I'm going to help solve for them, dealing with an introvert myself. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the blog at Joe Recruiter. And if anyone you know needs this sort of type counseling, I would be happy to run them through kind of my process and show them how to fix some of the problems they might have in their current work life or like their love life. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate the time. Please subscribe. Talk to you soon.